Hey guys, it's Koogly again with another video, and this time, it's gonna be an saying that, I'm back after a very unexpected hiatus if I had to, because I was away for work-related matters. Well, in the meantime, there were a lot of issues which came up, and I just couldn't do things as I wanted to. So it's gonna be about a month long break from what I wanted to do. So yeah, in the meantime, my laptop got not working basically. Again, if you saw my live stream which I did previously, which showed the issue, that came back. This time the second fan was not working correctly. It was really just not in a good mood. It was just whining all around and it was just sad. Had to give it away from RMA. I live in a location where there is no servicing for the MSI laptop, so I have to travel in a train for about 3 hours to get to a town which has RMA services. You guys know how it is if you're from somewhere, some remote place anywhere in India. So yeah, that's basically what I have been doing for some time now. Hopefully now my laptop will hold. This is the second RMA I'm doing for the same fucking issue, so yeah, not super stoked about it. In the meantime, I noticed that my fuel indicator, I don't have any fuel in the bike, so I'm going for refueling. We have to do that. Few things which I do want to talk about this time around. Main things are India about ROM reviews. I know people are interested and waiting for a part 3 on how to flash custom ROMs on the 60. I have gotten a lot of requests from people on making the part 3, which I do want to make the part 3. I'm not saying I won't make a part 3, but I have not found a way to really get it working as I want it to. Like, in my ideal situation, when switching from custom ROM to OS, you will not have to wipe any data, and you don't have to basically lose your entire internal data. But that seems to be a little bit difficult. I'm not able to do it. Well, I haven't been able to do it for some time now. So yeah, that's been a thing. So refueling is done. That's a good thing, I guess. The custom ROM to OS transition, not as smooth as I wanted it, but I think there is no other way as of now. I have tried out many of the situations, and it just doesn't seem to work. So I'm pretty mad about it, but I mean, I can't really work any other way out from that. So thinking into it, I might just make a video where I show you guys how to do it. You will lose data. That is the crux of the things. You will lose your internal data when going from custom ROM to OS, and I have seen a thread where people were saying that is one of the reasons they don't want to try out a custom ROM, because they will lose all data, which is fair. I understand that, but I'm also going to make another video which shows what it is. I mean, how you can save your data. I mean, you will need to have a computer. Doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be a Windows machine. It can be Linux. It can even be a Pi box, which I am actually planning to do. It can be a Pi box, or it can be a server. It can be, I don't know, LimeWire. Whatever it is, you just need a computer with storage so that you can back up your storage every day. Yeah, I'm talking about Syncthing, which I have been using for quite a while now. So that is probably one of the biggest reasons I haven't really had any issues with losing storage, because I can just restore them. I don't need to lose entire life's worth of stuff. So I've been pretty happy with it. I will show you guys an introduction to it, because a lot of people don't know how to use it. It's quite simple. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty details of it, because there is a lot you can do with it. It's not the easiest thing to understand if you don't know things like TCP/IP, port forwarding and all that, which most people will not understand. I'm very well aware of that. So I do want to make an introduction video to Syncthing and how to set up Syncthing for my purposes, what I use it mainly for. I do actually use it for maintaining a backup, making checks with Beyond Compare, and then changing stuff and making deletions and all that. I do use that for a lot more, but I will show you guys the basics of making a backup of your entire internal storage to a computer so that you will not have to worry about losing your internal storage. You can set it up only when device is charging, when it is only connected to Wi-Fi. There's a lot of things, and if you already have Tasker, it is that much more simple. I actually was using it with the Tasker modifier, but then I kind of lost track of how to use Tracker and I just kept it aside. But there is a method to use it. There are ways you can use it to improve your skills and to not lose your internal memory. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to try that, try making a video of that. Still haven't figured out how I'm going to do it and what all the script will be. I am actually making a script for it so that it is as concise and to the point as possible. I don't want it to be a 25-minute video which no one will watch. Hopefully that'll make it. I have actually checked out the speeds. To be extremely honest, USB 2.0 speeds of what, 48 Mbps, but you will never get up to 48 Mbps via the USB drive. I mean, that's just not gonna happen because these are small files usually. I've actually compared the speeds of it. I usually copy back and forth my camera drive from my phone to the computer and back, copying it. Really, I mean, with the Wi-Fi, I have a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi AC. So yeah, just keep that in mind. With AC, it is much faster to copy these smaller sized files than through a USB. So it is faster, it is wireless, it just happens automatically. So what is it lose? Even with a Wi-Fi N connection, which is normally what most people have as of now, it is the older standard. I guess there is also AD now, which is the hyper new standard of 60 gigahertz connection, which is, well, I don't think anyone has that right now. Again, with AC, it's almost 1/4 of the time taken than USB transfer, which is just what I think it is because it was way faster. With even Wi-Fi N connection, I was getting about 12-13 megabytes per second transfer speeds on the file. So I'm really happy with it. I hope you guys can make use of that. Another thing is the custom ROMs on the 6T. Well, custom ROMs on the 6T, to be extremely honest, I haven't found a joy in using custom ROMs on the 6T. Don't get me wrong, I'm still using Havoc on my phone just because I'm stubborn and I want to make it work. It's very different, it's very strange. It works half the time. It depends from flash to flash. What I do is, usually whenever a new version comes out, I don't OTA it. Even though I can OTA update it, I don't OTA update it, I just flash it as a new ROM. I make a clean flash. What happens is sometimes the clean flash doesn't work. Sometimes applications won't launch. Sometimes being on different slots, being on slot B, applications will launch. Slot A, applications won't launch. I even tried flashing it onto both the slots, but sometimes it doesn't work either. So it's very erratic. Daily ROM material, yes, if it gets it right, if it works. That's my stance on custom ROMs now. There are definite benefits of using Oxygen OS though. That I will say, because Oxygen OS is a very stable ROM. It works really well for our device. Gesture navigation is amazing on Oxygen OS. Camera is near perfect. I mean, you can still use Google Cam and get really good photographs with that. Everything works on Oxygen OS, and I realized that when I was traveling actually about a week ago, it was the last Sunday, all of a sudden my phone was just not turning on. I was running Oxygen OS with a custom kernel, no Magis modules per se, but I was using Magis to hide a lot of banging applications and all that. For some reason, I was watching a video which I had saved onto my SD card. I was not even using a network. I was on airplane mode because I was traveling in the train, and it just went to the lock screen all of a sudden. I tried to unlock it. It didn't unlock. It was not able to get into storage. Whenever I unlocked it, it would just show the status bar, the time, the signal, that is, well, basically my Bluetooth signal and all that. It wouldn't go in. So I had an issue with it. I tried to go into Dreamwind Recovery, tried to look into the internal storage, and well, the internal storage was corrupted. That was the reason it was not able to log in. So I tried to restart. Then again, my pin was failing. I just have to format data and get back into the Havoc OS, which is something which you can do. So I had to do that. This was at the night, 10 o'clock. I didn't have my laptop with me, so it was a bad situation. So yeah, not the most stable version. I'm not sure why it happened or how it happened or what the reason for it was. It just happened. Then what I did is I had my USB OTG drive, which was a godsend at the time. I flashed 9.0.14 Oxygen OS and used it for the 3 days which I was away from my laptop. So I was pretty happy with it. It worked really well and kind of made me realize that why I liked Oxygen OS so much. It just works. It works really well for the most part, and I'm just happy with it. Oxygen OS is not a bad OS. It just doesn't have all the bells and whistles which I personally want, and I mean, I don't think most people want as much features as I want in my ROM. So the point of my rant on Oxygen OS and Havoc was that Oxygen OS is really great. You don't need a custom ROM to use on your phone. But personally, I am still using a custom ROM because I like it. Nature's calling. Love to do that. Don't do that. Don't do whatever I just did. If you know what I did, good for you. If you don't, well, let's just leave it at that. Anyways, so for the 60, I'm not planning on changing my OS or changing my ROM a lot. Basically, I don't want to change it as of now because, well, I really need my phone to be in top working condition. I'm using Havoc ROM, which works really well. I'm okay with that, but just letting you guys know that may not be what I would recommend you guys using. I understand a lot of people have moved on from 60 to the 7 Pro, which I desperately want to move on because you see that I don't like it. I don't like staring at that every day. I just want a notchless experience. That is what I have been craving for. I thought the 60 or the notch is going to stand for a long more time, but no, it was just one generation. So I'm happy that people have moved on from the notch and gone to sliding cameras, pop-up cameras, under display cameras also coming, which is amazing. I love that. I really want to get the OnePlus 7 Pro, which will work really well, but yeah, money is an issue. I will continue making ROM reviews for the OnePlus 3 because OnePlus 3 is now at a point where a lot of people who still use OnePlus 3 are moving to custom ROMs. A lot more guidance is required there. Also, a lot of people who are not using OnePlus 3 anymore has moved on to OnePlus 7 Pro because I know a lot of people who was using OnePlus 3 has moved on to the OnePlus 7 Pro or the OnePlus 7, which is both of them are really good devices, which just sad that my device was just 10,000 rupees more expensive than the OnePlus 7, that too about 7 or 6 months apart, which is kind of a kick in the nuts. So these are the things which I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hopefully it hasn't been a rant. I just wanted some fresh air. It's good to be here. Whenever it's not sunny, it's really good, but when it's sunny, oh, it's unbearable. Okay, let's go back home and edit this video and write the script for the Syncthing video. It's gonna come out soon. I guess it's gonna come out first before I do the part 3 of custom ROM to Oxygen OS conversion or switch. And also, if you don't know, it's monsoon season. Monsoon being one of the major seasons here in Kerala. It's raining all the time. It's one of those rare days or rare times where there is no rain. It hasn't rained for about 2 days now, which kind of is a cause of concern. Hopefully it will rain because rain is important. It's a little bit cooler, it's a little bit easier to live with, and yeah, it works. I like rain, not as much as I like cold though. Syncthing is open source. I was using another application called BitTorrent Sync, which right now it's called Resilio Sync. Which is not open source. It's now a paid application if you want the full features, but I mean, it's almost the same thing. Of course, Resilio has a few more features where you can disable separate folders or within a sync file. There's a lot of things which you can do with Resilio. If you are someone who wants to pay for it, you can. It's almost the same thing. If you know basic setup procedures for Wi-Fi and internet and just work sharing, you will be able to do that on your own. But for those who don't want to do that, or those who don't know about it, well, I'm gonna make a video for you guys. So yeah, I guess how much is it about the video then. Hope you guys like the video. Please share, subscribe and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys later. Bye.